Hello everyone, and now welcome between Hawk and Focus. Hawk currently with a 1-0 lead in this series as we now take in game number 2 on Last Refuge. Let's go ahead and take a look at the spawning locations. We see Focus speedily building over here on the bottom left-hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the top right, we have Hawk spawning as the light blue human. Most likely, we will be seeing some militia clearing of an Archmage, dropping a water elemental. Meanwhile, let's take a look at what the Blade Master is doing. Blade Master timing on himself so far. He's going to go ahead and wind walk, pick up a Circlet of Nobility, perhaps sell that Scroll of Town Portal, and now move on his merry way. Coming back down across over here, we still do not see a single Voodoo Lounge, as it will be a very, very excuse me, fast tech to tier 2. Alright, let's take a look at this. There is one Grunt currently out on the field. Blade Master going after a Forest Troll High Priest. That will get taken down. Drop, hopefully, a useful item. It is a Wand of Illusion, as we now see the Footman still wandering about. Archmage is still sitting at level 1, has Claws of Attack plus 6 though, so we'll be able to do a little bit more harassment throughout this matchup. Now, we can take a look. There are double Orc Burrows being constructed, and this is actually a bit of a surprise right now. Normally, the Orc Burrows are not built that quickly. You would normally perhaps see some sort of Voodoo Lounge or something else. Gloves of Haste, picked up by the Archmage. The Blade Master was able to steal the experience, but the Archmage was still able to pick up that item. Archmage doing his best impersonation of being everything the Blade Master wants, having those Claws of Attack plus 6 and those Gloves of Haste early on in this matchup is a little bit of a taunt in the face of that Blade Master. However, it is going to cost a Footman, and that Footman does go down as we see the Archmage now heading back off to the north. Now, Stronghold is about 2/3 of the way completed, and I am curious as to what hero and what tech pattern Focus is going to choose. Focus may try and go for a very, very fast tech to tier 2. Well, he has already gone for a very, very fast tech to tier 2, but I would be surprised if he try and grabbed any other hero besides the Shadow Hunter. The Shadow Hunter is such a strong later game hero that without the Shadow Hunter, it seems a little bit more difficult. Alright, Blade Master right there. Alright, getting in some damage. The Wand of Illusion was used, but it is pretty much now known for a fact as that Blade Master continuing to attack back around. Let's go ahead and head back down over here. Archmage finishing things up now. Gonna go ahead and get to level 2 off of his opponent's creeps. And this is just like hiding a tree in the forest, being exactly where your opponent doesn't expect you to be in his neck of the woods, clearing out his own creep camps. Now, what does that mean? It means that it is going to be very difficult for that second hero, the Shadow Hunter, to do any creeping while with just grunts. Also, the Blade Master is in a little bit of a situation right now. As you can see, there's a very, very good proc right there. Blade Master now fighting up against a handful of Footmen, and the Blade Master so far has taken far too much damage. Voodoo Lounge still has, or just now being placed down here. Bestiary is going to go ahead and get canceled here by the Water Elemental, and there you see it, the Peon unsummoning or canceling that building there, as now the Water Elemental running inside amongst all of these Orc Burrows. Now, Blade Master is off to the north. I'm not quite sure what that was. Blade Master now wandering away. He is at level 2. Shadow Hunter needs to head out, pick up some healing salves, and give some love to that Blade Master. That Blade Master is in serious, serious trouble right now, as the Blade Master still does not know where that Archmage has been. Meanwhile, Shadow Hunter, Clarity Potion, Healing Salve up on that Blade Master already. We saw what happened in game number 1 when Focus was unable to get level 3 on his Shadow Hunter early on. The level 2 healing wave would have made a huge, huge impact in that long fight towards the end of, or towards the middle or end of the matchup. Now, Archmage is coming over, trying to chase down. There is an ensnare, and beautifully done, purposely aggroing, and now the Blade Master does get the shot off there. Shadow Hunter finally on the board with some experience. Shadow Hunter does have Hex, as it appears, as the Shadow Hunter now going to be wandering back around still. Back off to the north, Archmage dropping some Water Elementals. Blood Mage being used, as it is going to be the Siphon Mana Battery strategy. Now, Blood Mage benefits from that Brilliance Aura just as much, or just as you would normally believe so. As you can see, the Archmage is still right there, and that Blood Mage can easily, siphon mana, as that Shadow Hunter does quickly disappear. Blood Mage now getting in some engagement there, and the Blood Mage will also be able to banish that Blade Master, causing a bit of an issue since he is going to be in the ethereal form. Not only will he take bonus magic damage, he will not be able to attack himself, and that does end up becoming a problem. Now, Blade Master sitting at level 2, looking to clear up this creep camp. It is going to be a Tome of Experience drop. The Shadow Hunter going to pick that up, getting to level 2 without a problem. I would have personally just waited until the Ogre Magi was taken down. Perhaps that would have given the Shadow Hunter level 2, and then use that Tome a little bit later, as the Tome will always give a flat 100 experience, while creeps in general give less and less experience the higher level you are. Blade Master, there is a Watcher Ward right there. We know exactly what's happening. Currently, nope, not Windwalked at all. Blood Mage is right there, and this is going to be turning into a strange fight. All right, going to go ahead and aggro. Let's go ahead and Windwalk away, and there you have it. The other creeps and the creeps are now down over here, getting in some damage. Scout Towers are pretty much going to be free experience or free gold given to him by Hawk. Hawk was not ready for the aggroing of the creeps. The positioning right there, so well done, as the Blade Master now uses Windwalk to break that Siphon mana. Siphon mana once more being used. No way to spot up onto the high ground. There you go, aggroing the creeps again, and that is just absolutely brilliant play by Focus. Focus has this Watcher Ward off over here, and that is what is allowing anything and everything to be happening. So what is going down here? Peasants will get taken down. There is still a lot of engagement, but more importantly, or just as importantly, the sorceresses, many of them are low on mana, because they constantly try and slow cast the Ogre Maulers and the Forest Troll Berserkers. It is going to make this creep camp easier for Focus to clear. Finally going to go ahead and clear this out here. Ankh of Reincarnation was dropped, and that will most likely be sitting on the... Nope, not the Archmage. Perhaps the Blood Mage? Yeah, the Blood Mage has the Ankh of Reincarnation. As we see the Archmage now in that front line. Are we going to see some more Siphon mana? Yes, we are. Siphon mana from the Ogre Magi here. Is it going to be given to perhaps some other unit that needs it? As no, the Blood Mage is just boxing out that Ogre Magi. There is the ethereal form that we saw earlier. Wand of the Wind now used as well, as it looks as though Focus is starting to gain a little bit of traction. All right, Shadow Hunter is level 3. And once it gets to level 3, that healing wave does help out so tremendously. Item, Medallion of Courage, Strength and Intelligence. Perhaps that would be given to the Shadow Hunter. The Shadow Hunter could use a little bit more hit points and a little bit more mana as well, as this creep camp will end up clearing up. There's that healing wave there. Shadow Hunter getting to level 3 is going to be a huge boost for the overall strength of the Orc army. Yes, Medallion of Courage was transferred over to him. It is 150 hit points, and was it 30, 69, or 60? No, what? 4 is 100 extra mana, 60, 100 extra hit points, 90 mana. As you can see, the Blade Master now coming in here, causing a little bit of problems. There is the ethereal form, and wow, ethereal form coupled with Hex, and that Blood Mage seemed to be almost out of commission. Meanwhile, Archmage and Blood Mage level 3, as that Blood Mage gets to level 3, clearing out that creep camp there. Siphon mana level 2, we see a Hood of Cunning. I'm sure a Hood of Cunning would actually be, if there was one, it may actually go up on the Blade Master for the Orc side. Now, can the Blade Master get to level 4? Level 2 Critical Strike does deal more damage, obviously, but it is not nearly as impactful as, say, the Blade Master getting level 2 Windwalk for that extra always bonus 30 additional damage off of the Windwalk strike and that faster movement speed. We are now heading back off to the north. Blizzard is coming. I don't know where Blizzard's going. Anyways, let's see. Blade Master coming across over here. It looks as though some damage could be caught. There is an ensnare, and when there is that blizzard that we mentioned. There is that blizzard ethereal form onto the Blade Master. Blade Master a little bit out of commission so far, as we're going to be looking at the Archmage once again coming across. There is an ensnare though, which is the downside of trying to use a blizzard on an orc player. So many raiders, so much ensnare. There it goes again, as you see one very low hit point raider ethereal form onto the Archmage. Archmage now trying to run away. Looks like it will be able to do exactly that again. There is the ethereal form, and there's a potion of invulnerability used in time. Siphon mana away from that Blade Master, or the Shadow Hunter. You can take a look. Blade Master still engaging very, very strongly, and this follow-up is still doing a tremendous amount of damage, as the Blade Master now going after individual tiger or under individual units. All right, let's take a look at this. Are we going to see that? No, that priest healed himself back into existence. Kodo Beast now trying to run away. This Kodo Beast does not seem long for life, as it is going to end up getting caught up behind a grunt. There is another disenchant there. The Spirit Walkers having some problems. Are they going to be able to save that unit? No Staff of Preservations or Sanctuaries for the Orc army, as that Kodo Beast is clearly running for the hills with really nowhere to go. All right, let's take a look. The Kodo Beast trying to get away. All right, 40 damage per wave, and down it goes. Expansion, however, now coming in from Focus, and this expansion attempt is going to be very, very crucial. If this expansion gets up and operational, the economic advantage for the first time in this series is going to belong to Focus. If you consider Focus does currently have the economic advantage because of that one peon doing some long distance mining, as we now see a transition into Wind Riders. All right, Wind Rider is now being transitioned into, and that does come as a surprise. Priest and sorceresses, maybe the water elementals from the Archmage, are the only anti-air in addition to the heroes, as we now see Blizzard coming across. All right, let's go ahead and take a look. There is an ensnare. Down goes, well, nope, no, down goes no units so far, as the sorceress are once again casting slow. There's a couple of ensnares down by the Forest Troll Trappers, as units will get taken out slowly but surely. Shadow Hunter attempting to get some kills there, as it looks as though the Shadow Hunter does get to level 4. Level 2 Hex, as the Blade Master now needs to consider what his options are. All right, here we see the fight now coming back the other way. There's an ensnare. Ethereal form already. Speed Scroll now being used on top of all of the other units. The Speed Scroll Wind Riders picking off units, as the Blade Master may end up being in trouble again. He is getting out in front, but you got to remember it does move a little bit slower, as you see the Wind Riders now pulling back the other way. Archmage, Fireball, getting in some extra damage. Siphon mana away from the Shadow Hunter, who just can't seem to run away fast enough. Shadow Hunter standing in the blizzard, as the Spellbreakers just completely impervious to everything. There is the Siphon mana again. There's some additional attacking, as the units are now looking to back off. It looks as though that is going to be the end of that. All right, 3 peons doing long distance mining. Were they all being trained from here? Well, obviously, yes, the Expo is the problem now. Once you have the economic advantage being equalized, that pretty much changes everything. And if the Great Hall does, in fact, get completed, that is going to be huge. All right, Peon doing some walks back across over here. You can see a very, very easy creep camp that will most likely get crept out in just a moment. Meanwhile, where are the Blade Masters and Shadow Hunter? Shadow Hunter sitting at 4, Blade Master sitting at 4 as well. Scrolls of Healing, and the economic advantage belonging to Focus is going to come as a big surprise to Hawk. Hawk is, I do not believe, ready to be facing a larger army at all. You can see Spellbreakers are all here. If Tauren Chieftain were available, which they are most likely not, Tauren Chieftain can do a lot of damage with Pulverize to those Spellbreakers. All right, let's come across back over here. Let's take a look. There goes another creep camp. Blade Master most likely still sitting at 4. Shadow Hunter still sitting at 4 as we are now looking at a race inside. Oh, the Orc Burrows. The Orc Burrows suffering terrible, terrible damage. There it goes. Wind Riders now finally show up to the party, but it is going to be quite some time before the Orc army is able to train up any units. Wind Riders are here. Flame Strike coming in as well. Speed Scroll now being used to get past all of that Flame Strike. As we see the attacks now go through. Wind Riders picking off unit after unit. Those poor priests, those poor sorceress, all falling apart pretty much in an instant. As you can see, the Wind Riders are able to throw those long, long spears and hit their targets on the nose. All right. Archmage trying to get away, down to 652 hit points and still on a run. Blade Master doing some good job cleaning up so far. As you can see, the Wind Riders do move fairly quickly. There goes another. And are we going to perhaps see more damage and be hit on across more of those workers, or excuse me, those unarmored casters? Those casters suffering a lot of damage here. Once again, another Flame Strike goes down. Not really of any concern, though, as the Sorceress, or as one Grunt and one Raider have somehow, nope, not going to be able to stick around for very much longer. Raider gets taken down as well. Siphon mana away from the Shadow Hunter as the Archmage is down to 69 hit points. All right, Ethereal Form Blizzard seems kind of cheap, but it does get taken out. The Spirit Walker saying, you know what, I can attack you. And I'll be dealing bonus damage as well. Blade Master now chasing after that Blood Mage. Blood Mage looks like it will be able to get away with those boots of speed. More attacks still coming through. Archmage resurrected. Wow, Archmage was resurrected back and then I guess had a potion of mana, and that changed things around completely. All right, Wind Rider now looking to back off here. Spellbreakers are all here as well. Supply count 53 over 78 compared to 48 over 70, but we all know who can replenish their armies slightly faster. All right, Potion of Invulnerability. Let's take a look. The priest may be able to finish off 1 or 2 units. Are you going to be able to finish off? Yes, that. Oh, no. Does not finish off that sorceress, but able to retreat back home. 44 over 70 compared to 53 over 78. The army supplies are even much larger once you consider the fact that there are no workers in, or there are less workers for the orc or the human army. Now, priests are being trained. Blade Master looks to be ready to go, almost level 5. Shadow Hunter not too far behind. Blade Master, or excuse me, Archmage sitting at 5. Blood Mage sitting at 4. And that Archmage with that Blizzard has really been just causing problems throughout much of this matchup. Forest Troll Trapper is all that is left here. Blade Master may, well, I do not actually think he'll get to level 2. He should get normally more than 26 experience off of that. But because of his level, he does get a little bit less. All right, let's take a look. Barracks taking a lot of damage. Raiders now coming in from the bottom. We are going to see an engagement as you see one Spellbreaker find this expansion, and you know that his heart has just have to drop. That is just such a big problem there as the workers are now looking to engage here. It looks as though the Spirit Walker is going after the Archmage. Archmage now going into ethereal form. There is a Flame Strike, and the Blood Mage is looking to get away as well. Archmage heading back off to the north, down to 760 hit points. We may see a Goblin Zeppelin as well, as the Blizzard still raining down across multiple units. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 4. There's the Healing Wave bouncing around, keeping the units alive. Spellbreaker coming in also off back over here. Wind Riders looking to finish off as the Archmage now gonna just head back home in a second. There it goes. Spellbreaker ready to go. Blade Master sitting at level 5. Shadow Hunter gonna be very close to 5. Needs to use a Clarity Potion as well, and it will be able to do exactly that. He is also healing salving as well. That Spellbreaker now realizes, hey, I cannot plan to stick around here. This is not a good fight for me to be in. 61 supply compared to 54, as Hawk is now starting to lose some ground. Spellbreaker is putting pressure on this one Voodoo Lounge. However, we're going to see a quick attack, quick engagement. Here you have it. Blade Master now going after the units, and it is going straight after the Sorceresses here, as the Blade Master now turns around and hopes to finish off more units. All right, invisible seal is what we're seeing here. The Blood Mage now currently revisible again, still trying to fight. Spirit Walkers continuing to engage. Shadow Hunter. Where is the Shadow Hunter? There it is. Wow, why are my eyes not focusing? All right, Shadow Hunter off over here. Shadow Hunter sitting at level 5, very low on mana, needs to siphon mana away again. Blade Master now chasing after some units. Perhaps it will go after a handful of those remaining units here as the Spirit Walkers are still getting pushed around. All right, Archmage in serious trouble again. It may be for the second time and last time. There it goes. Archmage lost twice this game, as it looks like Focus should be able to even up the series. All right, one Blood Mage still back down over here. Spellbreakers, those looking to engage. Blade Master still trying to engage it, perhaps going to chase down that Blood Mage. Blood Mage very, very low on hit points, down to 122, but does end up surviving Boots of Speed, more than enough to get away. All right, remaining peons gonna get destroyed. Adept training on the Spirit Walkers, and there is the GG. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed game number 2, Focus taking the game and evening up the series.